Welcome back to the Wreath Workshop. Julie Siomacco here with Southern Charm Wreaths. You know, our anniversary is coming up on February 14th. I just realized that we're in business for 17 years. 17 years. Can you believe that? I started on my kitchen table and now we're here in a studio. That's just mind-blowing to me. A lot of women-owned businesses do not last that long. And a lot of crafters do not last that long. So kudos, I'm patting myself on the back. We're rocking it. Welcome back. If you are new to the channel, make sure to give us a follow, comment, and let us know where you're watching from. And let me know if you have any questions. We're gonna get started. I'm working with a 14-inch grapevine wreath, and I'll show you what we have on the table. All right, so here is the grapevine wreath. We've got some greenery and I've got some florals. All right, so this is what I was gonna work in. Some really pretty flowers and the ribbon to go with that color palette. I just love that. So this is a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. Hopefully I have enough to make it work. We've got greenery, all the things. Spring is definitely my jam. I absolutely love spring. You cannot go wrong with spring wreaths because you just can't mess them up, right? You just can't. Just stick with the flowers and then everything else works out. Just stick with some pretty flowers. All of the flowers seem to be pretty if you ask me for spring. Okay, let's just, you know, winging it. Let's do like a 12-inch little ribbon tail, okay? And I'm going to do, let's do 3 loops. All right, so we're going to measure, this is going to be 12 inches on your mat. If you're using the Easy Bow Maker, it's going to be 6 inches on the Bow Maker, okay? And then you're just going to twist, right? Now we're going to make our next loop. It's going to be the same length, 6 inches, pinch and pleat into your 2 fingers, and then twist, and then make another loop. We definitely have bow tutorials for you if you are looking to, you know, a slower tutorial for just making bows. So you can tune in to those tutorials on our website, southernCharmWreaths.com. Just search bow in the search box. All right, so we have 3 loops, all the same size. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab my other ribbon and I'm gonna do the same thing, but in reverse. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same exact thing with our loops. So there's 1, 2, do you think I have enough? 3. It's pretty close. Let's see here. I'm going to move this one down just a little bit. Move that down. Okay. And then twist and cut. All right, so we have now 3 loops on either side of our thumb. You see that? 2 green and then 1 purple and then 2 purple and 1 green. Okay? And now we're going to add 1 more loop of this. Probably could have added yellow. That would have been a pretty color. Just a little yellow, but we're just going to add 1 more of this, and I'm going to bring it in pretty short to make that the little center. And then we're going to twist and cut. Okay, and then grab your florist wire. I use the 22 gauge. Hey, Miss Sue, I am busy. I know. Are you busy making while watching? Yay. I know, today I finally got the Christmas tree down out of the workshop. I moved over all my spring flowers. Okay, so you just kind of like fluff it before you secure with your florist wire. And what you want to do, if you're watching over on TikTok, you can tap the link in bio for our website information. You're going to move the bow close to you, like pull the bow close to you, at the same time the wire away from you, and then twist. Hi, Miss Shirley. Hi, Lynn. Hi, everybody. Hey, Gwen. Mississippi's in the house representing. Okay, so we have our bow. Here's my little centerpiece. So I want to make that on the center. Okay, so we've got our bow. Now I want to add this to our wreath. Let's see here. Speak to me, wreath. Speak to me. I think I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to feed these wires through the grapevine wreath. If you go around the grapevine wreath, it makes the wreath very tight and then hard to glue in. Okay. And so I'm going to pull this as tight as I can. Sometimes it's hard to get around the grapevine. Sometimes it's hard to get it to be secure and you have to pull the needle nose pliers out, but I think we're good. Okay. Don't worry about the colors not being even on the top and the bottom. I always add streamers at the end, okay? So we're just going to give this a little roll on the edges. I think I'm gonna, let's wait. We'll wait to cut it. All right, so now we have our bow. You see how I mean? Sometimes it gets a little wobbly. And I have to get my needle nose pliers just to give it a little tighter. And I went the wrong way. I always do that. I always go the wrong way. I just need to remember, like, okay, whatever way you want to go the opposite. There we go. Go ahead and take off any of these little pieces that are these grapevine. You don't want to scratch the back of the door, so you're going to want to make sure you get all these little things off, right? The other reason I like to get these little things off is because they typically catch the glue and bounce back and do, you know, give me a little bit of a burn. We don't want that. We don't want to get burned. Hey, look, this is what we made today in our Wreath Making of the Month Club. We just finished this design. How fun and pretty is that? This was so fast. Here's the back. It's on a grapevine base. I've already started cleaning it up. It's ready to be listed on my Etsy shop. But isn't that fun? Really, really pretty design. So let me put that back here. We're going to put this wreath up here on the easel. Okay. And I'm going to start with my greenery. This is one of the easiest tutorials for beginners with your grapevine wreath bases. I'm just trying to decide if I want it this tall. Let's make it tall. We'll play around. I always like to try different things. I've already changed my mind. Let's just go ahead and add it. We can always cut later. So we're going to go above our bow. So this is their transition point, okay? Go above your bow and add somewhere around there your greenery stem. Okay. This is very thick. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my bind wire because it looks like it's going to be too wobbly on the top. Just making sure I've got my position right. So let's get this anchored down a little bit. This top piece so it doesn't wobble to and fro. Okay, so we've got our top piece. We're going to do our bottom. This is called verbena. I love flowers, but I can't seem to make them grow in my yard. All right, so now we're going to add this one on the bottom. This one actually is going to look pretty long. Let's see how we're going to do it. Yeah, let's cut this into 2 pieces. It looked right on the top, so we'll see. There ain't nothing we can't fix. With a little glue and a little wire. Cuteness. So the greenery is to establish your design form. Okay, let's do, I think I'm going to pull these off. We're just going to pair these up. We'll have a little more control if we add these individually. I'm going to use my steel pick machine to add my pick. Hey, Miss Robin. Hey, Dana. Okay, so now we're coming over on this side of the bow. Okay. Let's see, do we think this is too tall now? I kind of do. I kind of do. Let's just keep moving forward. We can always go back and fix. Okay, so these pieces, I'm going to wait and fill in. Like we could fill in up here a little bit with these. Actually, let's go on the opposite side of the bow with this one. We're just going to fill in a little bit right here. I'm using glue that's melted in a little electric fry pan. Just makes it quicker than waiting for my, to wait for a glue gun to heat up and then pump out the glue. It kind of looks like an L, doesn't it? Do I want that? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Interesting how this is coming together. All right, let's do our roses. We have some really pretty curled garden roses. Aren't these fun? They look Like they should have a smell to them. They look fresh. If you guys are new to the page, welcome. I'm Julie Siomacco, teaching you silk floristry from the comforts of your home. Or maybe you're sneaking at the office. We won't tell though. Give us a follow if you like to make things for your house. So I got started making my own home decor. And then my neighbors wanted to buy the items off my door, which I was like, that's weird. People want to buy stuff I make with hot glue. Like I couldn't see it. And so I started selling to my neighbors, and there you have it. Let's see which way I want my bud. There we go. Just going to give it a little shape. Okay, we're going to come over here. Remember to, I tell our Wreath of the Month Club members all the time, the larger head goes closest to the bow, okay? And you want to make sure you're going with the grain of the grapevine, or if not, it'll start wobbling on you. Okay, and I'm trying to make it look like it's a natural growth. So sometimes we keep our stems a little long. Here, see how there's this little bud to the right? This little makes it look very realistic. I'm gonna turn or twist. Let's twist it this way, just to give that little separation and make it look like it's on the vine. George is in the house. Hello, hello. I know these are my favorite roses. I'm almost out of them. I've had them for a few years. Let's see. I'm just going to place these right now just to see what I want to do. Okay, we're going to move this one inside here towards the middle of the wreath. Just going to stair step that color. All right, and this one we're going to put over here. See how we've got that spacing? We talk about spacing in the Wreath of the Month Club group. You're just wanting each flower to have its own area to shine. We could put this one down a little bit further. Let's see. I'm going to leave it there for now, but we can always cut it out and make it a little shorter. Let's do our next one. Now we're going to go below the bow. So the bow is our transition for our eye. That means you transition the way you insert your stems too. Remember, the larger bloom goes closest to the flower. The bow goes, the largest bloom goes closest to the bow. Okay, so I'm going to go the opposite of this one. I'm going to make it a little shorter. And I don't trust the stem, so I'm going to add a steel pick. Here's this one. I'm going to go right here with this one. See if I need to move that. I think I need to get that a little bit closer. There we go. Okay. You don't want them to be on the same plane. All right, so now we have this little one. I think I'm going to go down here with this one. This is the medium-sized stem. I want to have pretty much the same spacing that we have on the top. That's pretty. You see that? Okay, now we have the smallest bud, the smallest bloom on our stem. It even has the little thorns. Where do we want this? Part of me wants to have some pink over here, right? Then also, part of me wants to have some pink over here. I like that. I'm going to go there. Don't know what we're going to do about the pink on the other side yet. Maybe we don't need it. Okay, we almost could go up. Let's move this stem up. Pay attention to where you want your color. So now I'm just trying to balance that. There we go. That's pretty. I'm liking that. Okay, now we're going to grab a few more flowers. I've got these yellow. We're just going to bring the yellow out in our bow. These are can just be pulled apart. Where do you get your still pick? I got mine off of Amazon. Okay. So we're just going to separate these. Just give them a little life. This is, we've got one more too we could add. Is everybody starting to warm up yet? I have a feeling we're in the pretend it's coming spring, right? Today it was like so warm. But I'm like, I feel like it's just trying to trick us. I love these. These look like little puppies. That was the rose. Okay, so we have our, our focal flowers, and we're going to fill in with some of these. Let's go. I feel like I need to go on this side of the bow. Can always cut our streamers when we want, on our bow we can cut that. We're going to go that side and then the left side. Let's see, do we want to keep it shorter though? Let's do this one. Okay, so we did this one here. We're going to come over the opposite for balance. I'm going to go right here. Make sure you hit the grapevine though. It's wanting to fall out of it. Yep, it's not catching. Just give me a minute. Okay, what do we got? We've got our yellow and white now on this side. Is that balanced? What do we think? Yay, I like it. All right, so we've got this one. I'm going to put down here because it's a little longer and we need some length down on this side. Let's not mess, we don't want to cover up our main flowers, which is the roses. And I'm going to make sure that's in there good. I'm going to go ahead and trim this back, I think. Well, let's not worry about let's not worry about it yet. Okay, so now we're going to come up this way a little bit with our yellow. Y'all see how fast y'all can put wreaths together when you just learn basics. All right, so that went through the grapevine. We want it to go into the grain. Don't want it shooting through the back. Okay. All right, so we've got one more little piece, actually two more little pieces. We're going to come over here with this one. Again, I'm just paying attention to where I want my color to fall. And I like that it's long because that gives me that wild, picked them from the garden type of look that I'm going for. Okay, so we've got that one down there. And I have one more piece that I'm going to put up here, I think. Feel free to step back. When we look too close, we sometimes can't see. So you have to like step back and look. Let's see, did that get in? I'm trying to get it in the grapevine. Just move your streamers around until you know, like what you have. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's spin that up a little bit. That's pretty. So now we're going to bring in a couple pieces of this ranunculus, this lavender. Lavender, did I say this already? Lavender is so big for spring months. All right, so you can see that you're going to want to give this a little bit of a bend so it has a little separation. Okay, and we're going to start popping these in. There's one. Let's make it a little shorter. Feel free to cut off, like I'm going to cut off this leaf. Feel free to cut things as you like. I'm going to come over here. This time we're going underneath this leaf. We want to see some color coming through the bottom, popping through the bottom. Okay, let's start working over here on this side now. We're going to make this one a little bit shorter. And we're going to put it on this side, but you don't want it as long as you did the other side. You want it shorter. So this side is a little on the shorter side. Okay. And now we're going to come up higher with this one. We're going to go right up here. You cannot go wrong with these colors for spring. It is a favorite. All right, and now let's do another one. We're going to come up here, bring some of that purple up this way. Okay, and now we need a little down here on this side. Maybe we need something there. Okay, where did I say? I'm going to come over on this side, so we're going to make this a little shorter. And I'm missing a flower, so I'm going to hot glue one back on. We're just going to reposition our flower on the stem with a little hot glue. Wait, what's going on? No, it's falling apart. That's okay. We will perform our operation, our floral operation. Burning the snot out of my finger. There we go. Okay, so we added a little more floral on that one piece, and we're coming over here under the bow because we want to balance that purple. It needs a little purple over here. Do you see how it's like decorating your Christmas tree? You add one element at a time. one style of element at a time. Okay. How fun is that? That is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to step back so I can see it a little bit more. Okay, we have a little space that needs to be filled in on the bottom. Do I want to add another stem? Let's add another little bit of this. There's just a little hole down here at the bottom. You can't see it from here on my side, so you have to kind of like go around to see it. And there's another little lost flower. Let's see if we can save her. Reattach, my friend. Be a part of the design. All right, let me see. I'm going to put it way in the back. It's going to go right here. Be careful when you're doing underneath, because the gravity will pull the glue forward or down, and it could hit your hand. I think that looks a little bit better. So let me stand back. I mean, I think that's cute. Okay. I'm not going to use this piece. If I do, it might be to fill in a little bit at the top. But right now, I just try not to make too much green. There's this one over here. Okay. All right, so now we have this evenly distributed. This one can go inside of our bow. All these little pieces, you can put these inside your bow loops. Need a little something up here. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So this is another element. So we're adding texture. Each one of these layers, we add another layer of texture. Texture is what makes your wreaths look more expensive, right? So you want the different shapes of the leaves, the berries, the softness of the ribbon, the rough edge of the grapevine. So you're really trying to mix up your texture. I don't think I brought another one of these over. This is just a little mixture of pink and purple, or lavender, I should say. Okay, we're going to work closest to our bow and radiate out from there, all right? There's one. So we went top, now we're going to go towards the bottom. Flowers always go on top of greenery. All right, so now let's go a little bit more. We're going to put this up here at the top. It's a little longer. I'm going to fill in right about there, I think. Okay. And now I'm going to divide this one. Just have a little bit left. So we need to go over this way with these. Maybe I'll divide it even more. We're going to go right through there. And then let's do the opposite side. I'm going to do the same thing, just divide it. Okay, so we went up there, we went here, we have one here, we're going to go over on this side. Just trying to find the grapevine. And these little pieces we're just going to fill in. Hey, Ludi, I haven't seen you like forever. Are you still making wreaths? All right, so it's just, I mean, it comes together pretty fast. You know, I'm just following my basic formula that we teach you in the Wreath of the Month Club group. Let's see, where do we want this one now? I think I need to put it a little bit right here. And then this one, we're going to move over on in the middle. We want to make sure that our arrangement stays on the wreath. I do sometimes, when I'm designing on a video, catch myself having the design be closer to this side because that's where I'm designing. Let's fluff our bow. Okay, now if you needed any extra greenery, you can pull it from here. This is very fat leaves though. Or you know what? I just finished a wreath and I have some extra greenery. I'm going to pull that. I had 2 stems left over from that last wreath we just did in the Wreath of the Month Club. Works perfect. Just to fill it in. Let's go over here on the side. You know, people are going to see the side too when they open and close the door. And then because I made a cut, I'm going to give a little shepherd's hook on the top of that so that it doesn't fall off. It was a pusher. I just yanked it out. Let me try that again. Okay. All right, and I have one more, a couple more. I'm gonna go over on the other side. So I'm just gonna use my needle nose, give a little shepherd's hook so it won't fall off the edge. Is anybody coming to Wreath Makers Live? We're gonna have designers on stage. We're going to talk about wreath making, wreath business, how to grow and scale your wreath making business. That's going to be this summer in Houston. You guys should come. We also have virtual tickets if you can't come in person. Beautiful. Okay, I like it. Okay, I love it. So let's add a little more, like this might be a little long. I might trim here or just bend it up. Let's add another little streamer of ribbon. We're coming down here. Okay, so now that brings our eye down from the top. See how the top is tall? There is a reason for things. Did you see that another little flower fell off. There we go. Okay, let's dovetail that. I'm just trying to rearrange my bow, I think. Nope, that's not working. Okay, and then we're gonna dovetail right here. Let me step back, see if I got that length good. Okay, I like that. That looks good. All right, y'all, I think we are finished. Well, that was super fun and quick. It's a different shape, right? But it looks really festive for the spring. You could add a ribbon hanger or a rustic wire hanger, whatever you like. Came together really fast. Thank you for showing this side of the wreath. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a little cleanup that needs to happen, but you want it to look pretty on all sides. So I will trim the wire, cover up the back. Yeah, so if you enjoy wreath making, make sure to come check us out. at learntowreath.com. See if I can't turn it that way a little bit. Over this way. I'm fighting these flowers in the back. It is full. Yeah, you could have stopped too. Like if you don't want a full wreath, you could have stopped at any stage. Knowing that I was starting with these type of leaves, I knew it was going to be full. It's just a fatter leaf, and so it's going to have to balance with the rest of the stuff that we put in it. Just want to make sure I don't lose my pretty little roses. Those are so pretty. Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Hashtag replay below. If you are seeing this on replay, make sure to ask any questions. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. I'm going to try to do a little more tutorials, and I hope to see you at Wreath Makers Live, you guys. Yeah, what else? What else? It's gonna be spring soon. You better get your wreath making game going. All right, bye guys.